Afternoon, everyone. Today, what we're going to be discussing with the Civil War, we're actually going to be doing a bit of a U-turn because, as you know, I've been trying to keep things chronologically with the 155th anniversaries of battles and events to try to keep it in a flowing order. But I do realize in doing so, there were several things before I started this vlog that I missed and did not actually put in here. Particularly, we're going to be discussing today, which is actually the Battle of Shiloh. We're not going to be going into as much detail as the way I did in my vlogs at Antietam and at Fredericksburg. When I'm going on location, that will be something different. Like that, Chickamauga, and Gettysburg, I'll be going through those areas with a fine-tooth comb. But in this area today, I'm just going to be doing a general overview of what happened. Now, this is April of 1862. The Confederate Army in the West was, the officer was Albert Sidney Johnston, who was at one point one of the highest ranking officers in the Union Army. And he was handpicked by President Jefferson Davis to smash the Union Army in the West. And he was actually facing against another officer by the name of Ulysses Grant. And what happened was, in this area called Pittsburgh Landing, he was marching to that area, and Johnston's subordinate, PGT Beauregard, he was actually saying, look, if we attack them, they're going to know we're coming, and all we'll do is hit them in entrenchments. Johnston decided to do something daring. He decided to hit the Union troops hard right where they stood, and also did it when he had less than one-third less than the men that the Union troops did. With 45,000 men, he smashed into 65,000 men on April the 6th, 1862. The Union troops were completely caught off guard. They weren't expecting battle at all, and they were hitting them in their camps. A lot of guys were cooking breakfast when this happened. And so the battle pressed horribly forward and going back and forth in heavy conflict. And Johnston actually got too far outside of his lines is what happened. And he was actually shot behind the knee. It severed one of his arteries, which caused him to bleed into one of his boots, and the general was in really bad shape. Now, what had happened was he had sent all the Confederate doctors in that area, including his personal physician, off to tend to the Union wounded. He said that these men were our enemies, but now they're our prisoners, and we will treat them well. And so he had his own personal physician off tending to Union wounded, where if he had been present, it is greatly theorized that General Johnston would have survived the Battle of Shiloh. But needless to say, General Johnston did die on April the 6th, 1862, and thus people were really worried about the losing of the war in the West. But PGT Beauregard did step up in the middle of the battle. However, at the end of the day, the Confederates had almost succeeded in pushing the entire Union Army almost completely into the Tennessee River. And it goes on from there. What will be going on the very next day will be crucial in what happened in the remainder of that campaign. More on that to come.